Uh-oh. You hear that? That's the tea hitting the pavement. Over here on Word on the Curb, we don't sip, we spill. Word on the Curb, where the tea hits the pavement. Let's get into it. It's Angela, your favorite internet bestie, and we got the vibe. We rocking the housewives, politics, and celebrity gossip, all wrapped into one show. Hello. We are back.
Hello, guys. We are back.
Yes, we have another eventful live on these housewives.
Right. Housewives. We got our trailer also. We got our mid-season trailer. So what are we, episode 9?
Yes, episode 9. Picking up the peaches.
All right, so first things first, we know, let us know what you rate this week's episode of Housewives. And then let's talk about that trailer really quick. What did you think about the trailer?
It seems like it's going to be interesting, but I hope what we see in the trailer is what we get. Because sometimes we see things in the trailer and then it's like, okay. But this season so far has been good to me.
Mm-hmm.
So
we do get to see, we're guessing the whole fallout between Shamea and Portia is going to go back to, I guess, Shamea saying whatever happened between their moms, which I think we discussed last season about it being the daycare.
Yes, right? The mama bought the daycare that Portia mama lost, basically. So she was put out and she bought it.
So I figured, I said, now I wasn't, because I said she was going to probably expose something about Simon. But what I was close about is she exposing something. Even though we haven't seen it, and to your point, we don't know how this even ends up getting there, so not sure if Angela is behind.
I ain't feeling that helpful right there.
If she's behind how they got there. But what I will say, and I will speak prematurely about it, for me, it's not going to do anything but perpetuate the idea or the same feeling that I have when it comes to Shamea, as far as when she's trying to figure out why is she the problem. And it's like, you don't see where your actions really started a lot of stuff. You know what I mean? Like, as innocent as you feel like your actions were. So I just think, like, here she is again violating something that I'm not sure why you feel so eager to need to violate, right?
Well, we got to see how it come out, because she said,
well, right. Like I said, I'm being premature. We don't know how it comes out.
Yeah. So I would like to see how that's going to go. But they arguing about the mama stuff.
But see, like I said, because in my opinion, Shamea has already done that, I'm feeling like she's the one.
I think Portia brought that up at the reunion first, though, about Shamea's mama doing something egregious.
Egregious, right? Because there go that word again, right?
She brought that up at the reunion.
Mm-hmm.
So
she didn't bring it up, but I see what you mean as far as made reference. Mm-hmm.
What do you mean?
I don't think so. Like, if I remember correctly, it never ever. Did it actually come up on the reunion about the details of the daycare?
No, but she said her mother did something egregious to her mother.
Right. So my point was that she referenced something, but she didn't. In my opinion, that's not bringing it up. You can reference something that's between the two of us, and we can know what we're talking about without.
She just said that your mama did something first to my mom wrong, so that's a reference too.
Well, so
I like to see. Yeah, I like to see how that's gonna roll out. But yeah, this episode here, all the players is playing and Drew is fucking lying. But
okay.
Yeah, Drew. Listen, if anybody trying to be Candy, it's Drew trying to be Candy in the gang this episode to me. You can't even afford to move out your house, but you got 20 people on staff that we never see but on this episode. I guess I got on staff.
I don't think that's true. Like
who we see?
The one guy, because that was that same guy.
I don't care. She got all them staff members, but nobody could get her
driver. The driver, that's what.
Yeah, so the driver couldn't take her kids.
The guy who ran that stuff, who ran that stale ass story back about the preacher. Now, all the rest of them, I agree. I don't know where they came from, but I feel like Drew is just really like a poser in some way. And on one level, when you know somebody posing, it's really not. There's nothing to expose, if that makes sense. So Drew has, like, as far as her team goes, it's always been faulty. Even at that reunion, like the one girl going into the other girl's room, or whoever, somebody in her team, going to take the other girl, whatever, some medicine, just being messy. Same with the assistant she shared with Sheree,
yes.
I'm just saying, like, for me, her team, whatever it is she does with this team, has always seemed to center around Messi. And I think, I feel like Drew has always just been playing the part of. So I don't know that there's very much I take her serious about.
No, I don't take it serious at all. But for you to have a team, but you could not get your kids to school, but you got this big team.
Again, I'm not even taking none of it serious.
It just to me, the scene is funny and cute, but it's so unbelievable that I'm just like, why she come up here with this? With this whole fake life right here? Because okay, if I got a person who does my hair, that I pay her, because when I think of a team, I think of people who get paid weekly. They have some kind of, you're paying them regardless.
I would think you're paying them some sort of, if it's not, I would guess maybe a retainer and then per
yes.
Yeah.
So I think she just paying per service. Like when we go to the beauty shop. So my beautician is on my team. Okay, the person who do my toes is on my team.
Well, I'm okay with that, because sometimes it's all about how you look at things. Listen, like, I'm like, if you have to have Uber, that is your driver, okay?
Girl, I have multiple drivers.
Like, I'm not mad at it at all.
No. But that was funny, but it was just like, okay, Drew, what are we getting? I just feel like, Drew, we're not getting nothing from her. So we're gonna start this episode with with Portia and Kelly at Phaedra's house. The whole rift, the married Nigerian pastor.
Honey, them Nigerians run rapid out there in Atlanta. Wonder what that's about.
Girl. Well,
every time we turn around, somebody dating an African.
Well, they be down there. They got a lot of businesses.
Clearly. There. Yeah, that's clearly, honey. All the other men are taken, I guess.
Or they gay.
Clearly. Something. Yeah. Ain't nothing but the Nigerians available.
Them the only ones with the money. Put it that way.
Okay.
They got the money that they're looking for. So
supposedly, hashtag hey Simon.
The Nigerian scammers on Atlanta Housewives. But anyways, this whole fight or argument went all the way left. Kelly is in the house screaming. Portia's outside. Portia said, she mad because she screwed around with that Nigerian pastor. And she know it. And she just getting her lick back. Angela says the does Portia even know who the Nigerian pastor is? Because it's just, to me, it's just getting, okay, first it was a pastor, pilot, now he's Nigerian, okay. So how many Nigerian pastors do we got down there in Atlanta that flies planes? That's going to be calling or texting somebody that Portia knows.
Whatever. I mean, for me, it's all pretty far. I don't know. I'm not very vested in this beef. I feel like I do think that Portia just kind of said something. I'm wondering if there's like this mix of something she got that happened that is a mix of truth with like a mix of exaggeration. But I mean, here's the deal. Like, I'm not invested in the story. I don't know. All of this, you sleeping with me. Like, and I think coming from Portia, I just thinking like you would be one to leave that alone, I would think.
Yeah. It is something because Kelly said she was smack a bitch. So she got to go. And Portia says, take your lick and sit your ass down, you little hobbit. So Angela, who is getting up under my skin. Every Nigerian in Atlanta, where's she hear that from? She got to hear from somebody. I'm like, also, this is Shamea's fault too. Everybody been saying, the Nigerian thing about and Portia all the way back to when her and Claudia was into it. So I don't know. This, okay, whatever. So this Nigerian married.
It's just funny to me that nobody, and especially when we think about females and female relationships, that nobody does find it odd that there is such vitriol from a person who shouldn't have that much, but you seem to have this relationship with somebody who was formerly close to that person. So I'm not going back to why Shamea is wondering, like, well, why does everybody point at me? It's just kind of like, girl, are you that?
But they wouldn't have this when Portia was
non-self-aware.
Yeah, but they wouldn't have this issue if Portia went trying to get her lick back. Her and Kelly wasn't having a problem. Kelly, I don't think Kelly is doing this.
Had been.
Excuse me.
Clearly, she said they had been, but even with that, it is how it's still the way that Kelly, like, it's the whole thing. All
yeah,
like,
but we're not seeing Shamea saying nothing.
Out for them to have the type of back and forth that they do, it feels very charged. And
it feels charged because Kelly got a whole man right now, according to her, Mr. Jarvis. So evidently she must take offense that you lying about her because Portia said that Kelly lied on her when she made up that lie about her sleeping with a married man. When did Simon get divorced and when did they get married? So that's the thing that everybody wanted to know, and that's what Kelly had asked. I feel like Kelly's issue with Portia is because she made up this whole Nigerian pastor thing. I don't think that Kelly and Portia would be having the problems that they're having if Portia wasn't trying to get her lick back. And we're not seeing it. They said if it's not shown, it's not happening. So we ain't seeing Shamea really talk about Portia. We ain't seeing her telling her little friend about Portia. So the whole thing to me.
But I think it's. I mean,
it's insinuated, but
also,
who is Angela
what I mean. Also, at the reunion last season, it was Shamea that admitted to forming an alliance, which would indicate that whatever it is it would indicate that whatever it is you're discussing with your alliance, you're discussing outside of where anybody would be able to know that y'all have an alliance. And so my point just goes back to, that's why it's just funny how nobody remembers that. Well, clearly it is people that remember, because I think that's the reason why Shamea is getting the type of flack that she's getting.
She's getting the flack that she's not friends with Portia anymore.
Really does surround her.
So, but why is Angela got a hard on for her? Because to me,
we had this discussion last week.
It looks like Angela is a lapdog. Not saying that Portia told her to go and do anything, but it looks like
I don't think that she did.
I mean, but what is her issue with her?
We discussed it last week. But
it's really shown this week.
She is doing that to her because number one, probably probably producer fueled to try to have some type of dialogue started between Shamea and Portia, because there are rules about it. Shamea
exactly. I understand that. But the lie about the rumor about the Falcons, I thought there was a bridge.
Oh, now that, now listen, now like when we get there, she did kind of pull out one, and I just thought, but let me say, listen, I feel like Angela be right on the money, because what is the one thing I keep saying throughout all of our reviews when it comes to Shamea, and even with the family and everything? Now, granted, her having her special needs daughter, being afraid to have another child after that, not knowing what the potential of what you have to give, right? If you are able to, all of that is valid and reasonable for that to be a conversation in this place of, discussing growing this family. But even before she had that admission, I admitted to the lifestyle she had. It feels very opposite of one who wants to have, a house full of children running around. Like, and also selfish, because not that I'm against getting the help that you're able to have especially because you can afford it. I'm not against that. But it feels like you're not planning to be there at all, so.
Okay, so what's that got to do with the infidelity rumor? That's what
as far as infidelity, what I'm saying is that it's interesting that I feel like she could use that type of argument that girl is never at home or with her husband, and that she is in these places with things that happen. It's funny that the insinuation works.
I'm not.
You just don't. You don't.
No.
Feel it
no, because I see what Angela's doing.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
That's
kind of work, though.
Yeah, it's not
the thing.
Angela would be sliding down a wall if somebody was saying the same thing about her, because she had the whole issue. That was her Achilles heel last year, was Charles.
Well, I think that's the name of the game. Somebody come back at her with it, then she would have to deal with it. Because same like we talking about Portia, and it's the same what I just said. I would think that Portia would leave those types of arguments alone, with any of the other girls, simply because, right, you've had the same type of things that you deny, and it would seem to me that you wouldn't participate. So I would agree with that where Angela is concerned. But again, if you come and somebody bring it back, then somebody bring it back. Like if it was something that you felt like you didn't want to touch, you wouldn't touch it. And all I'm saying is she actually said something that seemed to work.
We'll see. So anyways, we have...
I thought it was a bit much, though. I did.
I missed that. What you said?
I said I thought it was a bit much. Like it seemed like she went to hell on that. I wasn't expecting it.
I guess my whole thing with Angela, for these women are not to be friends and they're not that close. I don't get what it is that you got. So I just feel like, how you said you got tired of everybody on Drew. I feel like it's low hanging fruit for her to come at Shamea. Of course, she can read well and everything else, but it just seems like where is this all coming from and why? That's what I'm trying to understand. And she claims that she wants to bring it together. I felt like she just wanted to sing, because it just looked like, I'm already walking into this if I'm Shamea, And I see how you looking at me because the way the looks were looking, and I know shit about to go down because we already know what the setting is. So I already know that you are this great reader or whatever. So I'm already gonna come here sitting on ready and probably trying to do the best that I can. But I just feel like for her to not really have an issue really with Shamea, what is all of this about? And the Falcon thing, Falcon or the Hawks, I just thought, what the fuck?
Yeah.
I mean, okay.
Yeah.
I just think Angela, I just hope and pray, because they said they're filming the reunion in 2 weeks. I hope that Portia says something to Angela about her confessionals. I just feel like Angela is two-faced. And if I am the person that you're supposed to be friendly with and you forgave all the things that I had said, but every time you get a chance to get in the confessional, you got something sideways to say to me or say about me, but don't say it to my face.
Right.
And that's where I'm at with Angela. I feel like if she was a person like Sheree, she'll be bone collecting on everybody. But I feel like she's only bone collecting on Shamea and little bitty lady. I can't Kelly. It's not. So I just feel like it's, because I think the only person Sheree did not bone collect on was her bestie, the white chick, but she was doing it on everybody else. I just feel like I mean, all this is good for TV. It's good. I'm enjoying the season, but I'm just like, Angela messy as fuck, and that's the way I feel. So chest up and nipples out is what Kelly says. Phaedra says the devil has entered, and the meditation went from meditation to mayhem. This was all crazy, and I don't think it should have happened. But
we still at the pool. Shit.
Yeah, we still at the pool. So then Kay talks about Drew and the funny faces. And I thought, okay, that somebody had put up a before and after of Kay Michelle. Which I don't know too much about her. So I go,
interesting. I happened to come across first season of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. I haven't watched it in years, probably since it came out. So I was actually able to get reintroduced to Kay because I saw it, but you forget whatever. Yeah. So what I did pick up on, and I'll give Kay this much, because I know we have talked a lot about, her kind of having this shell shock, type of entrance into the group. What I'll give her is some of that was displayed in Love and Hip Hop. When she was in certain things, she kind of seemed like she was surprised that certain stuff was going on, which made sense in a way, because being transparent about their filming style, they had the ambush type of thing, and with Stevie J dating the art, what I mean? A lot of stuff was kind of like ambush shocked, not knowing. And so she kind of did have, which I think was everybody, right? Because this was something so different that was even on TV, let alone talking about happening for real in people's lives. But the thread that I have noticed that remained the same is that it seemed she had to find an adversary. That was Rashida, right? And it was kind of from one disagreement, which was her basically not believing her about the man Memphis abusing her. And at that point, she also has just this nasty disdain. So all of her confessionals, which this is what everybody did because at the time, that's kind of, I guess, what was happening, right? The way that people attacked each other was to attack their physical, selves or whatever. And so that's what she was. That's what she did. So she would kind of pull the same thing, be in her confessional, had different things to say, going back to how she ended up falling out with the rest of the cast, right? Because they did, and I can see where she would think that they chose Rashida. I would go ahead and say that they did the same. But it really was because she got her own show and she fell out with everybody. But it had a lot to do with the things that she was saying in her confessionals with the girls that she still was friends with or friendly with, right? Outside of Rashida. But she still had that mentality of somebody was out to get her. It wasn't to the same extent, or maybe it was, because they was calling her the same names then too, like bipolar and schizophrenic.
Oh. Okay.
They was using those same adjectives to describe her. So the one thing for me with Kate is I can't do you have to understand it was my first time coming in. Girl, like, I don't know. I'm over this. This is not the Kate Michelle that I thought I was going to see. However, she is seeming to find her way, her footing, again, because she found an adversary in Drew. I feel like that's what we're going to notice throughout the whole season. The thread is she going to give it to Drew, and then, and so what I was speaking about her having little stuff to say, falling out with the people she has become friendly with. Portia, when they meet up, she in her confessional. Well, I think that she's not that smart. Say something somebody else haven't said, and so there you go again, having, little slick stuff to say about the person you just made up with in your confessional. So I agree with you. It should make for a very interesting reunion, because the good thing about reunion is that it is just on. And so there is no time, ain't no confessional to the reunion. You know what I'm saying? Unless it's a blog, right? Like,
yes.
We know she'll do that, but I'm saying I think maybe this stuff is going to make for a very good reunion. To your point, I think Cynthia also mentioned that like they, are casting. So the good thing is they feel like the season has gone well, because the last couple seasons it's taken them a long time to start filming. So the fact that, and this is what Cynthia's talking about, this is what she would be used to as far as what they filming schedule would be. They would film their reunion, and 2-3 weeks after reunion, they back to it,
Yeah. Okay.
So again, we'll see how this pans out. I think I'm over Kate Michelle and this little mousy thing, but I do think maybe that's her stitch. Maybe she found that it works, and I did already say she's a one-trick pony. So we'll just see how the rest of the season pans out. I said to myself, she is friends with Phaedra because she can teeter that line with Phaedra. And that's the thing we talk about Phaedra a lot, is that we don't really feel like we get a lot of personal from her. She give us all the other stuff, but it don't be any like depth.
Yeah,
and
it's very surface.
I think that's why Kate Michelle has found closeness in that, because she's found somebody she can behave that way with, and they can behave that way together.
Yeah. So Pinky was upset because she wasn't about to get her food, but she did get a to-go plate. So she was happy that Phaedra bathed her and gave her a plate to go. She loved this Phaedra. And basically Pinky was telling Kay that she feels like Portia would like to be her friend. And that she got to keep up certain appearances. I didn't know what that was all about, but that's that on that scene. Finally got this over with.
It's funny because I just accused K Michelle of pretty much being the one that do that.
Yeah, so I didn't know
But
that was
it's somebody different when they not filming.
mm-hmm. So we end up at Shamea's house, parents' house is the next scene. I think this, yeah. And Shamea tells her parents what happened at the event and how the group is divided. And it seems to be that everyone is kind of blaming her. And her mom was if they think it, let them have it, basically keep, move on. And then they talk about the journey to have more children and how she's not really excited. She's worried about basically having another baby with special needs and what it would look like and having the last male embryo. And I guess she's just basically concerned about having more special needs children. And if her daughter, what is her name, Shia, be basically her forever baby. So what'd you think about that scene?
Oh, I feel like I already said already. Yeah.
Yeah. I think if this one didn't make it, I'd be done with it. I don't think I want to go through watching the what's that, Bell Collective, Alabama, Birmingham, and that girl was kind of doing the trying to get ready for egg retrieval or whatever. And with all she said she was going through, I wouldn't think I would want to do that. Not if I already had children. And then knowing that I already have a special needs child. So I don't think I would want to do that at all. So then we have a little mini scene with Portia and Dennis and Pilar. Look like they must have dropped her off with the pre-K or school. Must be school. And then they go over to McDonald's and order some things. We got Drew and what is her name? Dion or something like that. The manager lady. And they're talking about Drew's, all her staff people. So then we pan over to Kelly and Phaedra. The butler opens the door, so she still got the same butler from Married to Medicine. And Kelly is there to apologize and basically tell Phaedra what's going on. Phaedra makes note that Kelly has on a bra because usually them titties are sagging. She said like chariots, swing low. And she was just letting her know she's not filming with her children and how basically her ex-husband is trying to control her. Phaedra tells her she can help her with that, and they talk about the mystery man, Mr. Jarvis. Okay, and that's it. What do you think about that scene?
I didn't really have anything that I thought too much about it, to be honest. Yeah. It was just okay.
So then we have the photo shoot with Pinky and baby Della. I think she is too cute. And she's some kind of brand ambassador for some kind of company out of Philly. So we have Pinky, Angela. Angela comes with her daughter, and Cynthia. And the meaning of this is to tell Cynthia what happened at Phaedra's sound bath. So they talk about all the things that went down, and Cynthia is so glad her and her cheekbones was not there, but she's going to hold them accountable for getting the girls all together. And what do you think about that?
It was a nice little filler scene.
Yeah. And so they were planning, I guess, to do to get the ladies together. Pinky had already went over to Portia's house and talked with her. And for what I am gathering, Pinky loves to talk. I said she does soliloquies. She likes to talk and don't let everybody else talk, okay? Then Angela has states that she wanted to speak with Shamea and see what the issue is, because Shamea is saying things about her and bringing up stuff from the past. So Angela calls her Shamina, Shemesi, Shalaya. Okay, where are we going next? Um, Shamia and Kelly at the dentist. Lord Jesus. Shamia do way too much. They got on the same outfit. She straddles her in the dentist chair. I'm like, Lord have mercy. Kelly is getting her mouth fixed, $70,000 worth. My brother had it done in Texas. He spent $90,000 on his. I said, must be nice. But he had implants all done. So I don't know what Kelly's getting done. But anyways, we find out Shamea introduced Jarvis to Kelly, and that she wouldn't introduce her bestie to a brokey, is what she says. And Jarvis is paying for the mouth. He's bought this tacky ass necklace with her children on there that they had to blur out. I thought it was an ugly necklace. I just think
it's not my style.
Yeah, it just was real tacky. Look, it was just so big and gaudy. And then Shamea carries Kelly out on her back. Oh, also there were some flowers delivered to her. So I don't know. I said, how many people actually meet you at the dentist?
It's for me. It's the Shamea and it's Kelly and it's what they say, frack and whack or whatever. Like whatever the opposite, Ren and Stimpy.
Yeah, Ren and Stimpy.
Whatever the opposite to freaking frack is. And again, for me, Shamea lacks total self-awareness. To not be able to figure this out. Like, you do too much. And I'm guessing it is a part of her personality, but I wonder, because I think I've shared this before, but when I started my houseplants, somebody, you say Kelly is carrying the show, take Kelly away from the season and see how boring it'll be. Okay. When I started doing houseplants, I was having trial and error, like killing some overwater, and most of the time it was overwatering, like root rot or whatever. And so somebody suggested, or maybe I saw it on like a reel or something, but there was a suggestion that the way you took care of your houseplants was a sign of how you took care of yourself, in a sense, or like your plants can sometimes keep you aware of where you are emotionally, right? And so with that, it made me think about the fact that I kept killing a lot of the plants, because I was doing too much, overwatering them, maybe repotting them too soon, just whatever.
I don't know. Because I kill them all.
Too much. That's what I mean. Like, whatever I was doing, it was way too much, and they didn't need to do none of that. So and it made me analyze some of the relationships too, in a sense, because like we talked about, a lot of my relationships have changed in a way, and a lot of it has been because there was a lot of effort being put in on my part, right? But now I'm not jumping on people, twerking on them, but I do think that there have been instances where I was over giving, and didn't need to. And so I'm saying that to say, for Shamea, I don't want to say that she does this on intentionally. Like, I don't think it's intentional to get attention the way that it appears, but I do think that she is a sidekick. You know what I mean? And I feel like I said that last season, but I feel like maybe we were saying it in a way that wasn't so nice. But I think that if that's what it is, then that's what it is. It's okay. You know what I mean? But I don't think she's found a way to be confident in that. And I guess because nobody looks at it as a confident thing, I guess, in her circle. But it's just a lot. It's just a lot. My best friend Kelly, like at the surrogate thing, oh, this is my best friend. It's like you are, middle aged, I guess. Like, what are you doing? And maybe it's because I have a former best friend, and so maybe I have a different of skewed view on it. But do you have a current best friend?
No. Best friends, I hope you didn't hear that. I'll put it like this. Since COVID, I don't really hang with my friends. I mean, we get together. We're like still friends from like some elementary, some high school, okay? But I don't talk to them daily. I might shoot them a text on their birthday or, but I just don't.
Well, my point was going to ask, well, do you walk around introducing that person as your best friend? And when I mean that, I don't mean so if you come to something I invite you to and, my best friend is there, then fine. I might say, oh, hey, this is so-and-so, my best friend, right?
I don't think I've ever said that about any of my friends.
Yeah, but I mean because we definitely not going to the dentist, and I mean, I don't know, it's something seems weird. Maybe it's me reading.
I think it's all for TV too.
Like maybe I'm used to her being Portia's best friend, and maybe because we didn't really. It's unfortunate that the best friend relationship we got was as good as it was gonna get. You know what I mean? Like we didn't get to see y'all be freaking frat.
No, it wasn't. No,
clearly, okay, and now here you are. What it feels like is overdoing.
It does. It really does. It seems a lot too much because I'm like, it seems like from what we see just online, like I think a lot of this is for TV, and I think she's like you said, not self-aware of what it looks like to us on TV. Because it just looked like you trying way too hard. I ain't never about to carry a bitch on my back.
Monkey.
Because I'm not carrying no motherfucking body on my back, not my kids. So
I'm showing grown ass, no.
Yeah,
and I mean, like I said, like I can be a playful person. I don't know. This all feels out of place.
Yeah, I ain't putting no grown ass bitch on my motherfucking back. Nah. Getting that coochie juice all on me? No. Shit, no. I just can't see it. I'm like, what the hell? I can see if maybe she broke her leg and we're like out in the wilderness and I'm trying to help her. So, but no, girl, let me drag you. I'm not gonna do all that. Or, I just, that, to be, I could see maybe, I never did that as a teenager. So I just could not see that being 40 something.
And I think that's the point. That's the problem too. And why it feels overdone because like I think I brought up last week, like, it's been this short period of time. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, at least to us, it's been this short period of time. But again, she did come in hot. Did y'all out, whatever. Maybe y'all been formulating this friendship for God knows how long. But it just feels like a lot really fast and like you trying to prove something. How, and to go back to high school, you might break up with your boyfriend or whatever, but then like maybe you're going to the basketball game, so he gonna be there. So you gotta make sure, you know what I'm saying, like you cute and you doing whatever with whoever, right?
To make them jealous, yes.
So that's what it feels like that we getting from her. Okay. Like, oh, I'm doing just fine without Portia. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what he's giving. I'm sorry.
When I looked at it, I just said, oh, damn, Shamea.
Yeah, she lacks all self-awareness.
You straddled it, because even when her and Portia was tight, I mean, I know she drank the water out of Kenya's shampoo bottle or whatever, but I'm like, she ain't act like this. At least I didn't notice it.
Well, so it felt like Candy would bring her around a lot. So she would do so like the Miami trip, right? Candy brought her to host that. So she kind of showed up in her bathing suit to
Yes.
welcome the girls in, you know. So I think there were moments like she, in my opinion, she was like the fun time girl.
Yeah, okay.
Like I think that's probably, and I can relate to that in a sense too. That's probably why you see her in the different type of friend spaces she can be in, because you the girl that'll come and turn up at, you know what I mean, like, and turn it up or whatever. It doesn't necessarily always equate to there being an actual depth to the, to the friendship, because some things are just social.
Yeah. But anyways,
Yeah.
this whole dinner scene, I'm like, Lord have mercy. Whatever. Shamea, Lord have mercy. Then we get to Drew. I said, Lioness, Drew, and the crew. The scene was funny. I will admit that was funny as heck. And when the guy was talking about the hairstylist and Drew and her hairstyles, I said, he ain't damn lying. I don't care if the blogs was not picking it up. Drew hair to me be looking a fool sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like it. I mean, when she's wearing the go, like at that meeting, she looked nice. But when she wearing the go naked wigs, it looked nice. But when she don't, it's just like a plastic helmet to me. So she says she got all these people. She got personal staff, business staff, and all of that. And I said, none of the staff could get the kids to school.
Oh, that's the truth, honey. You got all these people in your life still ain't manageable. But I feel like that meeting seemed to prove why. Cause
somebody getting fired.
And what I did not like about some of that with her, because I feel like we saw her meet with the manager first. Yes. What I didn't like at all was her basically not addressing the staff. And it was given, you don't run anything. I don't know, like you said, why are these people here? And they feel like it was just for a scene. Because if you are the artist, if you know that you needed to go out and hire a manager because you late, your team ain't getting shit right, and you know what I'm saying? Like, so you know the things you've told her to come in and do. I don't understand why you didn't address your team in that way and address them in a way where they knew exactly what she was doing there and that their asses was on the line. Because that's what it would seem to be to me. And it seemed like the whole damn team need to go, but
I'm just like, how much of a team are they? Is it just somebody that, okay, you do my hair today, I'll pay you today? I don't think, like you said, I don't believe she have any of them people on retainer. I don't. They get paid per service, and that's it. Because if she was doing like that, and she could afford all those people, she could afford to move. So, and the judge stepped in, she don't have to move out.
Mm-hmm. So I did see that.
Yeah, so a win for Drew. But it was a funny scene, though. I thought it was funny. They was going in on each other, but to me, it kind of made Drew look stupid because
it was very unprofessional, and we understand why you having all the problems that you have. Like, honestly.
So then we have the luncheon that is set up by Pinky and Cynthia. So Pinky brings Kay. Portia is invited by Cynthia, looks like, or by Kay too, because they had the meeting. But they all arrive. As soon as they get there, it starts pouring down, raining. So Kay said that's a sign for God that says to her to be the bigger person. Kay and Portia have their sit down and talk. Cynthia and Pinky goes to the bar to let the ladies kind of hash it out. They decide to, if they have an issue, to talk it out with each other first instead of taking it to everyone first. They wave Pinky and Cynthia over and say they friends now. They got a 48-hour friend contract. Oh my God, that gave Cynthia some life. The friendship contract. So they flash back to her and Nene. So then Pinky asked, she was like, So then
Lucky for Nene, she can be back seen. I didn't notice if they showed her face or not, though.
Yeah, they did.
Okay, yeah, because for the longest time they wouldn't even show her.
Yeah, they sure wouldn't. And then they so the friendship contract is for 48 hours. And Pinky was like, so did we get to the bottom of the scheme that was set up by Todd? And it looks like K. Michelle is forgiving everybody but Drew. She's going to pin this whole thing on Drew. And she says the scheme was about the funky cat, the long toes and black, and I don't know what else. I said long toes.
By the time we get to the reunion, it'll be something else. Because, I didn't even know nothing about no long toes. But, okay, girl.
So, so she was like,
something with her.
Yeah.
That's and that's got to be an exhausting friendship to have.
Yeah. So she calls Drew Tubi Sador. And so we finally get to the battle of the reeds.
And let's just go here real quick. I kind of feel like I don't think K. Michelle is in a position to try to degrade Drew about her career. I feel like, for what it's worth, they about in the same place.
But K. Michelle seemed to think she didn't got some. Did she win some kind of awards or something?
Listen, whatever she won, I can't tell you about it. And all I'm saying is, I'm not saying that they're in the same place, in the same field of work. But what I am saying, as far as a career is concerned, you know what I'm saying? Whatever your successes have been, I feel like Drew has had just as many on her side. Maybe not from music, because we all agree that none of us knew Drew from music. But on the acting, again, she not winning Oscars or nothing, and I'm not even talking about that. She's working.
Okay, she's working.
She's working. K. Michelle's still pumping out something somewhere. Nobody has it on their playlist. But somebody listening to it, I guess.
Honey.
Well, right? That's what I'm saying. I don't really think.
The only song I know by K. Michelle is Can't Raise a Man. That's it. I don't know nothing else.
That's my point. Because she will list off so many other things, and it's just okay. And so that's what I mean.
And the only thing I know Drew
if you feel like you can't go and run, off Drew's accolades, it's the same for you. I don't think many people can turn around and run those off for you either. You would have to be the one to say this, that, and the third.
Because Drew, the only thing I knew her from is The Game. That's it. And she was playing herself, and I kept saying, well, who is Drew Sador? I didn't know who she was as a artist. So, and I just realized they said she was in White Chicks. I watched that show.
That's what I mean, too, is that she has these parts that, again, right? Mm-hmm. Fine that you didn't know, but that's what I mean, we don't know that you have 4 albums.
Because I don't know them.
I don't really think you have much room, to
criticize her,
about hers. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And also, let's just do this. She probably, even with the Tubi, she probably is coming out where she getting more money, at least for the stuff that she is doing at this point than what she would have been doing back then anyway. So I don't know. Of
course, I think Drew's biggest thing is Real Housewives. Mm-hmm. And probably K. Michelle's biggest thing was being on TV too, in the reality TV world. Because I don't know her music. Only thing I knew about K. Michelle is the thing about R. Kelly and the Can't Raise a Man song and the BBL. That's it. Mm-hmm. I don't know too much else about her. Mm-hmm. But that's why I was shocked to see her before and after picture. Mm-hmm. I said, oh, okay.
That's about what she looked like when she was on Love and Hip Hop.
Oh, I never seen it.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't. All I know is I remember not
All of,
too.
you know, it's amazing to see a lot of those girls, like, not just because I feel like everybody, you know,
Yes.
looks different in some form, right? And whether that's like even me, like my face is fatter, or you know what I'm saying,
Or even getting a better makeup artist.
right? You
Yeah.
know, but we know a lot of these people. It ain't just
Well, you
it
know,
ain't just a makeup artist. You ain't a guy.
shots. Well, you
Chisel,
know,
chisel, you know, like whatever. But yeah, it's amazing to just see the evolution in general.
yeah. So yeah. The only thing I kind of remember being in the blogs and people made a big deal saying that K Michelle's skin tone had changed, and I remember that.
It
But
does look like it, but I
I
think
don't
see,
know if
I feel like
beforehand.
people sometimes take the skin bleaching thing. Rumor whether you are a person that's using this stuff to bleach your skin, or whether you're a person that is accusing people of bleaching their skin. I think on both ends it goes a little too far. There's a natural way for your skin to brighten and to even look brighter, you know,
Yeah,
like when you're talking about being on camera and things like that. So I don't know. I feel like the things matching up where it doesn't look like she's doing skin bleaching, but I don't know.
I don't know either.
And I
I
think
think
like comparing cameras to back then, I don't think that's a fair assessment. I feel like some of the stuff, like technology
yeah,
things, have gotten so much better that what you look like on camera now, and that's just in general. That's with
yeah,
our own personal phones and cameras and things. Like things have just
gotten
upgraded.
better.
Yeah, that the pictures come out better. But
Clear, yes.
yeah,
So we get to the meeting of Shamea and Miss Angela. And this thing starts out wrong. Shamea says she's looking for a 6 foot
yeah.
tall lady.
See, and that's what I'm going back. So the funny thing is, you had to question like, what is the hard on for Angela? But it would seem to me that Shamea would show up differently if she didn't have a hard on. So it seemed like even if we're not able to point it out, Angela is feeling something. But go
I
ahead.
think Shamea is too. I think clearly, I really feel like Angela just don't care for Shamea, period.
Mm-hmm.
She don't care. You know, some people you just don't like.
Yeah.
There's something about her that she don't like. So her discernment says, I don't like Shamea. And
Well,
Shamea
okay.
said, your discernment. But I feel like it's just those two are not going to click for whatever reason it may be that she
But
don't.
that's so you don't think that the very reason
I
that
don't
it
think,
could be
no.
is Shamea could be mad at Angela for going back running what she said to Portia.
But what
You
is
don't think
Shamea
that that
saying to
could
her
be the
this
very
season?
reason?
But what is Shamea saying to her? That's my thing. If I can feel I can feel you may not like me, or I might not like you, but if I'm not bothered, I'm not giving you the time of day. So we can be cordial and just keep it moving. I'm not going to give you a whole bunch of energy. I already know how you going to play it or whatever. And I know that if I'm dealing with Angela, she going to run it back. Because she already showed that when she went back and told Portia that Kelly called her a horser. So we already know that for whatever we're talking about, you're going to go back and tell it. So I think that's probably why Shamea sits on ready with her, because she knows it's about to be whatever's going to be talked about is going to be ran back to the other side. So I just don't feel like, even if she feels like Shamea has an issue with her, she hasn't stated it to her. And I feel like to give it so much attention because if we're going to move it along, we just move it along. Okay, we're going to play nice. We move it along, because they did go to the little shop together, little boutique. And I don't know how it went from we going to this boutique together, we're sitting down at the pool, and you asking Kelly and Shamea how they feel about being over there in the pool house. Kelly knew she was gonna run it back. So I don't feel like the argument is warranted. I don't think that I just feel like Angela, we can play nice and just, hi,
So what I'm wondering is why is Shamea not saying that?
She did say it to her.
Did she?
She said, yeah, she said, because she wanted to know why. She said, you seem like you have an issue with me. And then she said, oh, Shamea, you're playing the victim. She said, you're not that high on the totem pole or whatever for me to be thinking about you, basically. But it seems like she always bringing up Shamea's name. I'm not hearing or not seeing Shamea bringing up Angela's name.
Well, no, we're not.
So
yeah, I would agree with that.
So I just feel like,
but I think we do see Shamea having moments where, like that's what I mean. Even though if a person is in the wrong, there's a way for you to keep them in the wrong. Like, to your point, if Angela is being messy, there's a way for you to expose her for being messy without you participating in it. And what I mean is, so like when she came into the restaurant, I'm looking for somebody with the size feet of 9, and it's just kind of like, well, what does that do for anything? So if you truly felt like this is a person who, whatever, just has it out for you, and you are trying to figure out why, it would seem to me that the energy you brought to this place wouldn't be that. That does, go back to me saying she's just not self-aware.
Well, I think what Angela already was stating in the confessional, Shamea, Shalaya, and all that. I think those two was.
I think, what she talking about, we would have to deal with at the reunion. You know what I'm saying? Like, because it's in the confessional. But what I'm saying, like, that was her walking right in. You know what I'm saying? So if you're saying that to the waitress, that's what I mean. That is the energy you walked in with. That wasn't energy like, oh, I came to make things right. You see what I'm saying? Like, we ain't talking about what you had to say, 7 weeks later when you came back after you watched the episode.
Did they watch the episode then?
Well, when they do their confessionals, I believe, I don't think do they watch the episode when they do their confessional? I feel like they do.
I don't think they do because
no, I think that's where the after show come from, ain't it?
They got no after show this season, don't seem like.
No, they don't start coming on. It's probably gonna start coming out like after the halfway. It don't ever start like as soon as the season comes on.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Well, they need to have one. So we can try to figure out what's about. I just feel like
I do think they do watch their episodes before the confessional. And I know for sure they watch all of them before they go to the reunion.
The reunion, yes. Mm-hmm. But I think like some of them, like, because that's when they get to tweeting real bad. They be watching some of the stuff like we be watching it and figuring out exactly what the confessional. Yeah, right? But be figuring out what the other person is saying about them. Like, oh, I didn't know they was feeling that way or whatever. But to me, they are not that close enough to have that much smoke for each other. And it does feel like to me that Angela is being the bully. We already know she can read people down. And even though Angela didn't know.
I can see where you could come from that in a sense that, because what I would say is that she knows that Shamea isn't going to say very much. Like, you would not have been the one to have to go and tell Portia whatever you thought Portia needed to know if Shamea was a person that, was going to speak up and address something, directly herself.
Yeah, because I just feel like I like when we watched the mid-season trailer. At first, when she brought up about the Falcon players or whatever, I didn't know who she was talking about. So now we see that she's talking about Shamea, and I'm just like, wow, you carrying that rumor. I don't know. That's just I like the cattiness and all the other things, but I think when it comes to stuff like that and possibly causing confusion in someone's marriage, I think that's a bit too far to me. And not only did she say it again there, she said it in her confessional. Then she brings it to the other ladies. And I like when we see the clip that Portia did get up. She said,
and go back to what I have said over and over again. Like, we can have our opinion about the times we feel like Portia, left her and didn't show up for her, but not one time in this whole fallout from, between these last 2 seasons, between what we've been able to watch. Not one time have I seen Portia throw her, throw her up under the bus. The way I feel like I've seen you do it. And I agree with you. I like that, because that is what you're supposed to do. Like, even if we're not friends anymore, you're not supposed to go and take that information somewhere else, and do that. So, like she said, I'm going to excuse myself. I'm not going to sit here, hear it, like she said, make a face, make a sound, like nothing. Show me to where the door is, and y'all go ahead and finish what y'all doing.
Because so I wonder why they're having like a separate little group meeting over there to Cynthia's, where all the girls invited and the other girls didn't show up, or just before the other girls got there, or whatever have you. But for Angela to bring that back to those girls, I thought that was pretty. I'm like, she messy as fuck, and I can't help it.
That is pretty messy. That is pretty messy.
Because even if somebody
on with it, Shamea got pretty upset about it. Listen.
I would get upset about it.
I would too, but I do think that there could be a level. See, like, where is your fucking poker face? You know what I'm saying? Like, where is that's what I mean. Well, Shamea don't have a poker face at all, but I'm saying in general, and for any of them, when it comes down to it, if somebody's saying something to you that is not true, where's all the, animosity and shit coming from? Like, why can't you play it cool? Why can't you let a person have it if you're saying something, that's so untrue? What, like, who's believing it? You know what I mean? So that's what I'm saying about Shamea and this whole Hawks Atlanta Falcons thing. Like, it could be just something, just tossed up out the sky, right? And just gonna throw it out there. And I agree with you. That's a little bogus to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, just do something like that. And it feels like an attack on somebody's marriage. But at the same time, how many people will jump on it because you do seem to live a lifestyle that feels opposite from this kept wife? And we also know a little bit about kept wives. So that does not help much either.
Well, I also think that a lot of times that Shamea is out, that I think she's probably doing a lot of hosting.
I love that that's what she would all want us. Like, I'm okay with that being what is presented.
I mean, because what are we seeing her out doing?
Like, what we always forget is perception is like, while it should not mean as much, it means a lot. And it is the reason why people will believe the lie before they believe the truth. Because if it looks closer to what they're able to like see and add up with what they see, then they're gonna believe that. She does not.
What are we seeing her out doing? What is we seeing her out doing? Oh God, come on.
I'm saying the fact that she is still in that position. That doesn't feel like a position that a married lady to a like tycoon. That doesn't feel like the type of job that person would have. I'm just calling it like I'm seeing it. And like, that's what I'm saying. Like, perception is a lot to people. And that's the reason why people can say certain things and everything run with it, or your whole life fall apart because maybe it was true and maybe you done held on to it for so long, but now it add up so much that, you know, like you've actually been exposed. I'm not saying that that's what's going on with Shamea. All I'm saying is she does not live a lifestyle of this lady who's married to this multimillionaire. And I'm not saying that she's supposed to not work. I'm not saying she's supposed to give up any of her independence, but I am saying that the job of hosting the, you know, basketball game, that doesn't feel like a married lady's job. Doesn't. Now,
a married lady can't host nothing. She was working on the radio too, so neither one of those jobs.
No, I'm not. Well, I think the radio, in my opinion, is a little bit different. The radio is a set schedule. There is so totally different. I think basketball games and football games is a whole nother atmosphere. And yeah, because it's like what I would say about radio personalities. Let's say like me dating one. I had one that would hit on me all the time, and I always tell him like I wouldn't date him for the simple fact that it's his job to be personable to everyone, and especially women. You know what I'm saying? Like that is your bread and butter. So the fuck do I look like? You know, coming in trying to date you and then feeling some type of way. You know what I mean about whatever. You know what I mean? Like you smile.
Maybe that's the way Gerald did.
Whatever it is, huh?
Maybe that's the way Gerald did it. She was already living her life this way, and he accepted it.
I don't know. You can say whatever you want to not agree with me.
No. He's married to her. No, what I'm saying is he accepts it. He's accepting it. She's not changed. She's doing the.
Well, I mean, clearly he does accept it. You know what I mean? Clearly, but I'm just saying that that's the reason why it's going to be something that she probably is going to have to fight off.
Yeah, but
because it is not adding up with the life that you want us, that you presented to us. You being the hype girl at the Hawks game, it just doesn't present the same. And I'm a firm believer in like shit makes sense, it makes sense, and when it don't, it just fucking don't. And it ain't like. I want to know a married person who has that type of job, who does it and been doing it all the while they was married. Because I can even understand you started, but that's not a schedule for a person with a family with small children to have basketball games at night that end at 11. That's what I'm like. It's still party girl activity.
I don't think so. I don't, because she could be on the radio hosting, and that to me, the hosting job on the radio, and that we go hand in hand. Yeah, but she could be that's the morning job. Looks like she may be doing this on the weekend. How many hosting jobs are she doing for the NBA or the NFL? Who knows? All I'm saying is I don't see how it looks. I guess maybe because I've always done a man's job and I work late. I don't see how it looks like something that she's doing that makes her looks promiscuous.
I didn't mean for it to say it made her look promiscuous. Because that's
what Angela is saying. Angela's saying that she's cheating.
What I am talking about is I do think that's a flirty atmosphere. I think that there is room for anything to be misconstrued or anything to take place. I get, or what do you call it? What is it called? Like not enticing, but like I can't think of the word, but I'm saying like I didn't mean to say just because she does that makes her promiscuous. I didn't mean that. I just think that it is a lifestyle that opens the door for other things to be taking place other than that be the job. And especially like even when you say, well, you work male dominated jobs and which had hours that like to your point, you probably used to men working, right? Coming in at 7, 8 o'clock at night or whatever.
10.
Huh?
10,
10, right.
11.
Yeah, like you say, yeah, like those are those type of hours, but I think that's fine. Because at the same time, I don't know that you was actively trying to, get pregnant and grow your family. Like those things just don't align with what you're doing. Going to get liposuction, like now this kind of go back to what Curtis had to say. Even though he said it wrong to Quad and King, like about being in line, but that's kind of what I am expressing is that what you're telling us and the way that your life is operating, the two are not meeting. Those things don't line up. And I do think that sometimes people don't look at what they asking for and then where they are to receive what they even asking for. Why that could be a problem with why it's not being given. I don't, I'm not to say that I can speak for why anything is not answered, for anybody as far as we concerned when you have something you're praying for. But I am a firm believer that your things should line up. How you're living, the actions that you do, the way that you move should line up with the things that you're saying out your mouth and the way that and the stuff that you desire.
Yeah, but
I
some
don't
people
tell people that
they
I
don't
desire
live right at
love
all.
and run around sleeping around all over town. Those things just don't go together.
Yeah, but people get babies all the time. So I think whether
No,
she's
I
rich
agree. I agree. But see, like we can't use something that happens because it's a part of a process and then not look at when you're trying to go outside of a process. Like what you're describing is people have unprotected sex and get
no, I'm
pregnant
just
all
saying people
the
have
time.
babies
Right,
that
right. That's what I mean.
things are
People
not
get
lining up,
pregnant
but
all
they
the time
still have
without
it.
ever even trying. And you're right. But we're not talking about that's right. That's a process that nobody's even questioning. We're talking about the part where you're doing something and you're trying to, and you really are questioning why this is not happening. And I will use that for any aspect of life.
Yeah, but I
That
think
if
God.
you have something that you are praying for, believing for, or whatever that is, and it hasn't seemed to come around, I would evaluate what it is I'm doing now. If you're lined up the way you see fit or the way you feel like it should be, then you in a waiting season, and that's what it is. But
Well, I think God shines. He reigns on the just and the unjust. So I can be all lined up like Dr. Jackie and still ain't got no goddamn on baby. So it is whatever's in the cards. I feel like that with her getting the liposuction or whatever, maybe she thought all the embryos she was going to have is what's going to happen. It don't seem like she want another baby, and
which I am glad that you say that because that would align with why her lifestyle is the way that it looks.
but no, but what I'm saying
That would
here
totally
too.
align with it. Do you
Yeah, but what
understand?
I'm
Do you
saying
know
too
what
is
alignment is?
they still have that one embryo, and what they're gonna do? Throw it
But
away?
I am saying, but you really said something pertinent that like you said, I don't think she wants a baby. I agree with you. I don't think she wants a baby. I think everybody watching that episode will come out the episode feeling the same way. I don't think she wants a baby. And what I'm saying, just to validate everything I just said, is that was, in my opinion, that would for sure align with everything that she's living right now. That she don't want a baby. A person who is really wanting a baby, their life look a little different, and that's all. And that's just
I
that
don't
on
know
that.
if it look a little different. I feel like she's not gonna go
It
through that
does. It
process
looks different.
of
But we can
egg
agree to
retrieval.
disagree, cause like that's what I mean. When you say you don't think she wants a baby, the reason why you can think that is because her life lines up that way.
I
You
think
would
it
you
because
would
what
feel
she
different
said.
if she had something different. That's a male-dominated world, but in the ball players' world, things are different. This is a younger atmosphere. Most of the women deal with the players for status. Okay, what you mean? So tell us more. What are you saying? I want to know
Because
more because
Shamea,
I'm not saying that she is sleeping with any other players or not, but I am saying that that type of thing, that type
she'd
of
be quite a bit
rumor.
older than most players.
Hmm,
She would be quite a bit older than most players.
that's true.
Mhm.
I mean, but she don't look
Unless
it.
you,
So let me tell you that, like, right, that ain't about to stop nobody,
oh
honey.
well, no, but I'm talking about if she likes the men with the money. Seems like
Well, yeah. Now, I would agree that she doesn't feel like a low ball. You know what I'm saying? Really, all I'm saying in general is that the optics don't look good for Angela to have pulled that type of rumor, and put it on her. With that, what I'm saying is the optics don't look good. It would be easy for even if somebody wanted to lie and say something like easy, and it's just really because of all of that, the atmosphere, the optics, whatever. It doesn't mean that anybody married can't do the job, but it is just saying like, hmm, you just leave yourself open for some stuff. And clearly, maybe that is some talk around town.
we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see. Because seems like it should have came out other than from Angela, who don't be out. Maybe Mr. Charles brought it back with his old self. Who
Never know,
knows?
honey.
I know that the season to me is good.
So far,
It's
so
giving
good.
a
I mean, of course, I'm liking it. It's giving me a nostalgia of Housewives to where there's enough happening, even though like I'm not invested in like the Portia and Kelly deal. I'm not really sure where this Angela and Shamea thing is going. But I will agree that everybody is clocked in. Um, Finally, K Michelle found her adversary, and so I think she is going to clock in for the rest of the season. I don't really have much expectations for K Michelle for the rest of the season. I'm ready to see her at the reunion.
yeah. And what I do like that Phaedra did is the whole trader type setup.
Oh
So
yeah, I like that.
she gives us that.
Hmm.
She gives,
Well, funny enough, they go to Scotland, which is where Traders is filmed. I
so
wonder if
yeah.
Alan is going to make an appearance at some point.
So but yeah, I like that. I feel like everybody is working. Um it's messy enough and it's giving
Hmm.
us stuff to talk about. And
Hmm.
if those women, I feel like I really don't feel like the cast need to change because you need all those type of people on the a show like this. Because if we took off everybody that people don't like, it wouldn't be nothing to talk about.
Right. Well, right, because you have to bring in somebody. So I agree. Like, even though I'm kind of saying K Michelle is, one trick pony. She moving pretty slow. What I do can give K Michelle is that, I mean, she's funny. Like, that's like saying what we say about Phaedra. That's why I said it makes sense that they close out, off screen and everything, because I would give her very Phaedra vibes. Phaedra, right. We talk about we don't get much depth or personal story, but she give us like the funny moments, and so fine.
Yeah.
Like we keep her around. I think this is a good dynamic. We haven't seen this dynamic with the girls in some time, and I do think it would be nice to see them come back. I don't think we got to worry about it. I think they all will be back for season 18. Yeah, I don't think we have to worry about that one bit.
So how are they doing in the ratings? Because some people are saying that I guess the day of is not doing so well.
Oh, I don't know because I haven't paid attention.
That's what they were saying. They had some of the lowest rate, but it was like
But I feel like it's got to get caught back on, right? The last 3 seasons they really spent in the dumps, So I feel like this is a comeback season, and we can just give them some time to come on back.
Well, I think also because people, don't watch TV like they watched 10 years ago. So a lot of people are watching it on Peacock the day after or whatever.
Yeah, well,
So,
that's what the cable companies get for charging as much money as they do.
girl,
Like
and like,
I use a free trial for YouTube TV, but that YouTube TV wanted $80-something, and that doesn't include like if you have a Netflix or you know what I mean, a Hulu or whatever, you can get all of the cable stations. And at this point in time, I'm not even sure why cable is charging that much for what they
girl,
have.
they whipping my ass off.
Yeah, come on. So because I watch mine on Peacock, and it
Yeah.
just is what it is. I'm about to make a lot of decisions because I tell people, my life just has to add up. And I'm a firm believer that I'm not letting the government tell me, how I gotta live in a sense. So I'm about to make some little changes that's gonna be beneficial to me in my pockets. And
Girl, I had ordered one of those infinite hula hoops months ago, right? And they just took something out of my account like the other day. I said, what is going on here? Right. Girl, I didn't emailed them and everything. I said, I feel like I've been frauded because it's some kind of subscription I did not sign up for.
Oh, wow.
I think it is. I said, because I had to go back and make sure, I did pay for this back in April. So why am I getting the charge this month for, and I've already completed my sale, got my thing. Girl got the damn thing and it's just sitting. So, but I said, and to be frank with you, I'm not even using the damn thing. Put my motherfucking money back in my account. Right. They sent me an email. Right. But I'm just, like a lot of those things, like when you order something, then it comes along with some kind of like monthly thing. Mm-hmm. And you have to go through and try to figure out how to stop it. Mm-hmm. So that's why a lot of times I do things through PayPal. So I can at least go to PayPal and stop it, whatever. Right. But yeah, I think they catch you coming and going because sometimes, I don't really be paying attention. I'm like, what this fee is? Where's all this stuff coming from? And we in this kind of economy. I'll be paying attention more to my bank account now.
No, for sure. Not for nothing. Well, I'm about to turn my car in. Because I thought about it, and well, I've been a little behind, but paying, and I'm just like, what am I doing? And then at first I was about to go and trade it in, and I'm like, and I told myself, well, this must have been the Holy Spirit, but it was just like, why? You know what I mean? Like, I work from home. Really, it's just the convenience. You know what I'm saying? Like everything that I would need to do, I can do without it, and
so they charge extra for parking where you live?
Yeah. So that's what I'm going to say. Like if I get rid of the car, I get rid of the garage fee and I get rid of car insurance. Like, you know how much money that frees up for me? You know what I mean? Like monthly, it's a no-brainer. And
so my little brother, well, the two brothers that have the restaurant, the one that he does not drive. Mm-hmm. So, but my other brother does. So, but the parking and stuff up there in New York it costs a lot. Mm-hmm. So, but my brother, he commutes back and forth to Fort Wayne all the time. But my other brother, just like when he's moving to Atlanta. He's gonna they're gonna open up in College Park. He's gonna be living right there. His commuting is, well,
that's what
Uber, whatever.
I was saying. And so going, like I tell people a lot of times, like you have to remember what your own prayers are, because sometimes your prayers don't even come answered like the way that you see them answered. Like again, that just frees up. And we didn't even talk about gas. You know what I mean? Like, because you figure all of those things add up. And so, yeah, like I said, I understand that there's a convenience that I'm going to miss out on for a little bit, just because, right, I ain't going to have my car to go jump in and, go do whatever I feel like I want to do, or what have you. But if it's what I need to do to, you know, get me caught up and to put me in a position that I'm looking to be in, because right now the extra money is not coming, and that's what we at, you know. So it's like, okay, now you can do what you're trying to do with your money. This is how you do it, right?
Yeah.
And
I know my son got my car, and he went to Chicago to get his hair done. But he didn't have my car almost a whole fucking year.
Oh wow.
So he took my husband's car and drove it up to Chicago because he said my car needed to get an oil change. So we'll get the oil change. He had almost a year. So because his car got totaled last year. So I had my car here all yesterday and today. And I said, I feel like a stranger driving my own goddamn car. You should see me. I'm like, oh, let me clean this up. I'm like, girl, this your goddamn car. Because I called him up. I said, now, when you say you getting you a car? He said, well, I'm going to try to make it to November. I think I have enough. Because he's trying to get used to paying mortgage and all that stuff. Because he had never lived outside the home. Because before, when he was living home, all he did was have to pay a car note and car insurance. So I said, well, you got to get it together because I ain't going to be driving around here in this dang on Scooby-Doo van forever. He was like, well, can I use your van then? I said, no, because I need that for daycare. So you can keep driving my car. I said, but you better get the brakes fixed and the oil change because I'm not driving it, you know. So that was his reason why he didn't take it to Chicago. He wanted to drive my husband's car. I said, but I'm around here just like, oh, that's, you know, not trying to mess up the car like I said, I feel like I'm a guest in my own shit. I ain't driving it so long. But yeah, I can understand because when my son, his car was totaled and we actually got that car off our insurance when it got totaled out. We had 5 cars on the insurance, so we're down to 4. But our insurance with my son on there was $869 a month. I said between insurance and the light bill around this joke was the thing that, I mean, I said, because in the winter, my whole house is electric. In the winter, my light bill is $1,400 a month. I'm sitting here like, and it's cold up in here. I had to put new windows and everything in there. I got to wear sweaters around here. So I could understand. I said, I've noticed just in this economy, just noticing how things is. I said, because I've been, you know, that's how I'm watching. What's this coming out of my bank account? What's this over here? You know, the Y fee coming out. I ain't been to the Y in years. And I noticed the Y went up to $92 a month. I'm like, damn, I'm probably about to cancel this because nobody's going. And I didn't have it probably for maybe 10 years. Nobody's really going. And I think my son just aged out of it. So he got his own membership. But yeah, I said, honey, some things you got to tighten up on, and I think I'm about to.
And I have no problem with doing that personally. I've been doing that whenever I needed to. That's how I got to where I am with my 3 boys on my own, right? Because I tighten up when need be and do what I got to do. And so, yeah, like I said, you know, it couldn't be a more perfect time because, like I said, I work from home. My boys are all grown. There's nobody who needs me. You know what I'm saying?
And you live downtown.
And I live downtown. That right, exactly. So I was like, I told my girlfriend, I'm like, I don't go out like every weekend or anything like that. But if there's anything I need to do, just like an Uber. Like, and again, that's what I told her. I said, it's so funny how God just gave me that real quick because I'm like, dang, like it's probably gonna cost me less money, right? You know what I mean? Like to do that, like seriously, you know?
Yeah.
And so, like I said, I have things that, you know, a lot of goals and things, but when you stretch to the max, you know, you stretch to the max. So like I remember telling my kids that I said this to him because we was giving Anthony he wanted to have a bowling party at the bowling alley. And so, you know, a lot of times you call different places, they have certain packages, you know, already put together for you or what have you.
Yeah.
So what I generally would do is ask what the packages is, see what that, you know what I mean, what the prices are, see what that equates, you know, like to per person, like if it whatever fits or whatever. And if like say if we had more people or less people, I kind of compare it to, well, what if we just came, you know what I'm saying, and whatever, got the lanes and ordered pizza, you know what I mean, without it being a particular, you know, package. Um and so like so this is my bougie on the budget stuff, because that again that's how I make the comparison. Whichever one come out cheapest is the one we going with. Now his dad does not have that same type of thought pattern. Well, lucky him, he never had to budget for his children, only I did. But anyway, so he just could you know, decide that he wanted to spend $500 and he could just spend it, you know.
Yeah.
And so like I asked him, I said, but do you let the world tell you what you're gonna pay, or do you tell, you know, like tell the world what you're gonna pay? And that's kind of what I mean. Like even when we think about gas, my mom, how much gas? How much gas? It's like, well, I don't give a damn how much the gas is. If I done budgeted $20-$40 for this tank, that's what the hell going in it. Now I'll adjust what I'm doing in my car, you know what I'm saying, like to make sure my gas lasts me for what I needed to do. You know, if I got to get back and forth to work, then I got to get back and forth to work, and I can't be ripping and running all over the place, you know. But that's my mentality, you know. It's just that those are the things I feel like I can control, and I just will whenever I'm able to, you know. Like I said, whenever I'm able to. Not that I've always been able to, but like I said, I just know how to buckle down. And again, fact that I couldn't even plan me no vacation, that's a problem. So yeah, come pick this shit up.
Girl, I'm doing these
Bring that goddamn money up. Come pick this, wrap this shit up. And listen, I have already asked for that to be something for me, is to not have to leave the house unless I was going on vacation or leaving the country. So like that's why I tell people, like, you have to remember your own prayers. So yeah, come pick this bitch up. you are holding me back from my destiny, okay?
Yeah. You have to do what you gotta do. And these housewives are doing what they doing.
That's
so y'all let us know what y'all rate the episode and how you think the season is going so far. And what do you think? You know, do we think Angela's doing too much? Is Shamea to blame? And what is Drew really like? Does she have all those people on her team? Or is it just Dion and her? I just wonder, you know.
And they are over on Summer House though, dropping bombshells now. Real quick, while we over here, and these housewives is making up lies on each other, right? Over on Summer House, baby, they got a whole scandal happening.
Really? I never watched that show. That's on Bravo too? I'm about to binge watch that.
Well, I don't know. Well, listen, here I go. If you do binge watch it, maybe just go back to 3 seasons before that. Like, you ain't got to go all the way to the beginning per se.
But it's the same people on it, or they have different casts each year?
The cast changed. So here's what's going on. The primary couple, which is Amanda and Kyle, they're married. They didn't start off on the show married. Anyway, basically they announced their separation, turned around, found out her and Wes, which is one of Kyle's good friends, they all film together and go to the share house in the summer. But now they together. But Wes was formerly like dating Sierra, which is good friends with Amanda. So it's just real messy.
Oh.
And for the record, Sierra is the black girl. Everybody else is white. Okay, I'm
Okay.
just gonna put it out there. And just so everybody know, I have said it since the beginning. Sierra didn't have no business on that fucking show in the first damn place. Once she started fool along with that damn country boy West, I knew it was gonna be downhill. And the boy is like he like a he an F boy, but more than that, I feel like he is just wanting to be famous. Yeah, so it's kind of sad to,
Oh, and he's
to
a
watch
white
all,
guy too.
huh?
He's white too.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so the girl
Yeah.
is the only black girl on there.
Right.
Okay.
Well, she got
Oh,
it's
person.
another one, but she not in the mix, like in the scandal, which she
Oh.
just came though, because so Sierra been there by herself since probably about 2020, because that's when Sierra came in when Bravo rushed to diversify all of their shows.
Okay, just put one black person on it. Got any other person of color?
Well, now they do. So now it's two. It's one guy and one girl. And I want to, when you say person of color, they probably had somebody who was Hispanic descent. I can't be, for sure.
White adjacent.
Exactly. Exactly. And that's my point in general why I say Sierra really had no business over there in the first place. And it's just because Hollywood, and this is the reason why I can watch shows that don't have black people on them and not be offended, right? Like I because I understand that they move in spaces just differently than us, and so I can watch something and not have an expectation that they need to meet me because I'm not watching you for that. You know what I mean? Like
exactly.
They go to the Hamptons on the weekends. I was never watching them to get, black culture. You know what I mean? Like,
no, just like I don't think
I did watch them for and what I enjoy, or which is why I still watch them, even stuff. But what I started watching them for from the beginning is just to see these. They were young at the time. I guess we all were when they started. I guess we all were young when this shit started. But to watch these young professionals work in the city and then go out and play on the weekends. Yeah. Like it's like me having kids. That was an aspirational type of lifestyle. Like, ooh, how cool is that? You know what I'm saying? Like you say, you work hard, and that's for me the definition of work hard, play hard. And baby, did they play? And so, like I say, so when she got on, I just was like, because it's one or the other. You either gonna stick out or you gotta fit in. You know what I mean? And so then she started dating the guy West, and none of us really wanted to see her date West. But then it kind of came out that he was like DMing, like girls was in his DM, like this is his first season and stuff. And so he's getting, excited about being on the show and the fame or whatever he about to get. So they broke up. They spent the next season pretty much not talking. And then they get together this season. Now, the deal with Amanda and Kyle is that they've always had this rocky relationship. But the reason for that is because Amanda is just here for the show also. You just can't tell because she does nothing at all. Like nothing at all, literally. And so Kyle can be an asshole, but he's one of those like you ever met a nice asshole, like somebody who you kind of like, but they still can be like a dick.
Marcel?
I guess, right. That's a good one. So like that, like he's likable, but he had these like asshole qualities. That's kind of Kyle. Like that's kind of like he just kind of moved in this way that always seemed just like a little bit not kind to his wife. And like I said, but his wife was just kind of like a rug. And so, and then for it to all be like that, she been hooking up with friend Honey, who is her who she's supposed to be good friends with. and K Michelle is over here pulling X's out the sky to blame to pin on somebody, but yeah, so I am excited to watch them tomorrow because they got they reunion is on. I think we on part 2.
Okay. So did you catch Love and Marriage Huntsville this weekend?
I did not catch the episode, but I did, of course, see clips.
Yeah.
I really, really, really want to see this episode because I want to see it in its
entirety. Yeah.
Yeah. So well, what I'm gonna take from it, the whole listen, Martell gets it. He acts out, but I really do have to back him up on the whole Maurice thing. Like,
yes, you drink and drive.
That was far fetched. Like, I hit a tree, a pole, and an animal. Like,
and you went drunk.
What is Warner Brothers around here or something? Because that sounds like, like a cartoon skit.
Yeah.
And yes, and because I have this sick or dark or twisted sense of humor, I would have laughed at that too. If somebody
I would have too. You're not hurt.
Told me that, and you looking at me right in my face, and I know you okay, I'd have laughed. And I'm surprised that you're not laughing. Every time you gotta open your mouth up and say that shit.
Because like when my son had 2 challengers. The first challenger he had, he didn't make the first car payment. And he called, he had just left for work, and he called us back in probably about 20 minutes. And I'm like, what's going on? He's like, I just hit 6 deers. I'm like, what? Girl, as we driving down there to see him, it was nothing but God, because that car was totaled.
Yeah.
But as we're getting there, you seeing these deer body parts all over the road. He's like, they just came out of nowhere.
Just a whole herd of them.
Girl, and the one deer, when he hit, the hood went up, so we kept it from coming through on him. So, but yeah, we laugh about it now, and he don't get upset, but
Maurice.
But when he called, he was very in distress. He just couldn't believe it.
I'm sure. Well, yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah, I said, damn.
I can imagine, but yeah, like at this point, like you can't laugh at that, So I don't know. I look, like you said, Jewish Drew something, and then I didn't understand where he was really trying to go when he was asking Kimmy about, what the deal breakers were. But I appreciated Kimmy's response. I thought that was as mature as you could respond, about anything. And then Marceau and Tisha, that conversation.
Yes. Because he already had that conversation with Maurice.
Mm-hmm.
And Maurice told him about, talking to her about, buying her out. And she just took it another way. I said, I kind of get Tisha a little bit, because when my husband talking to me, I'm like, God, if he talking forever, I ain't hearing it. I'm like, okay, whatever. I seen that part, but then heard part on that, but then how he felt like he wasn't being heard. And, so all she can hear was divorce. That was it, but no, you're not buying me out and this, that, and the other. Well, so I said it's going to be an interesting reunion.
I can agree with that. I feel like from that clip, it did seem to me, but I think I've expressed this when it comes to Tisha. You can see when she in her head, and maybe in her head from like public or the comments and everything. I think she is so worried about what everybody is going to think about if he wants, like if he buys her out or.
Yeah, well, because the conversation, did you see did they show a clip of the conversation at the table where she was talking to Ken and was kind of asking him, like, what else did you hear about Marceau?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I can, me personally, that I would never had that conversation at the table.
Well, you know, I'm gonna take up for Tisha and just say, like, I think she only did that because sometimes you have to take something that other people use as a weapon and just run it back to them. You know, like cut the comedy when it comes to the I heard the same thing you heard. No, motherfucker, spit it out. You know what I'm saying?
He did it to try
you know what I'm saying, huh?
He did it to me to get back at her for what.
Right, and that's what I'm saying. Like
Exactly.
that's why she just took it and ran it back. You know what I mean? Like, well, I heard the same thing you heard. You know, like, well, no, come on, spit it out. You know what I mean? What is that exactly? I understood where she was coming from because it's just like you're not gonna keep using this same fucking, you know, like knife. Like if you got something to say, spit that shit out. Say it with your whole fucking chest. That,
yeah,
like,
but,
I,
you know,
I feel the same way.
Look, the faces that Marcel was making, I said, "Oh, this motherfucker getting mad."
I think, you know, like he makes a good point when he says, like, you guys shouldn't be like what I'm saying about Portia and having that to say about Kelly. Like, yeah, if you feel like you don't want anybody saying anything about your marriage, then you should make sure you got your comments, you know, under lock and key. But I also, like I said, because of the way he came at it, like I caught that, like, yeah, I'd have caught it and swung it back at him. Like, no, don't hide behind that shit. Tell me what you got to say. You know, and that's you know, one thing I don't like about people is when they do that little stuff.
Yeah.
I feel like it was, and I hope I'm not mixing up shows because I do think it was on this show. Oh yeah. It was between Tisha and Destiny when Tisha said to her, it's a whole lot more I could have said that I didn't say. And Destiny's response was, well, please do, you know, like, and same that, like, that's my response all day. Like, don't hold your tongue back. But the thing is, for me, when people do stuff like that, like, that's somebody who I ain't never, like, and it don't matter if we get in the same room, we might talk again, but I don't really fuck with you like that. And I
said, look at him trying to get back.
I don't really fuck with you like that. Because what that tells me is it is something, you know, it's something, you know, sitting up in your belly.
Yeah, because he was pissed about it.
Get off your chest. And I don't want nobody to ever be confused. You got all the space to say it to me. Please let me know. Don't you dare hold nothing back. Don't wait until, because I'm telling you, you might think we okay, but you know I ain't working with you because that's just shiesty.
He goes, yeah, because I could say, I said, what? Oh, so because when Tisha was talking to Trisha about it, I didn't feel like Tisha was really trying to be messy. She was just basically saying that you can't believe everything that people say because they say people in he and other people's DM. So I didn't feel like she was just being really messy. But so I thought, maybe the way that Trisha took it back, but Trisha over there spinning the block and acting like she ain't spinning the block.
Y'all gonna get on my nerves with this Trisha and this spin the block bullshit. Trisha spin around in her head. That girl ain't spun no fucking block. And even when it was being played, I knew there was bullshit. Like, first of all, she only said it to save face. She ain't even talk to nobody. If you want me to tell the truth, that girl can't. She can't put a whole sentence together on this show, let alone you and somebody DM it. Girl, bye. And then, like, so that's the little stuff that irritate me. Like, are we gonna discuss this? Like, this is actually something y'all confused about, or that you think she trying to backtrack on? Like, that girl is way too slow for any of that shit.
Girl, she's an engineer.
No, being smart that way doesn't mean that you are smart in other ways. Yeah, so that's what I mean. Like, she doesn't really have common sense. It doesn't
Well,
seem like. And with that, so she's just as smart as let me put something in your face and tell you to, memorize this or tell you what to do, and then you can execute it. But as far as like being able to figure shit out before it happened, she not finna do that, and that's why she used the wrong term trying to save face.
and then
Like
I'm like,
lying. That's just how you know somebody lying.
oh my goodness. So the hopefully maybe this will be their last season. I'm tired of them, Trisha and Ken. I am.
Well, they're not together now, right? So I don't know.
So she's finally divorced.
Good for her, but she did seem really sad about that.
Yeah. So she's divorced. So I was like, maybe she had spent the block with her ex-husband when she said it. But girl, I don't know. But yeah,
no, I knew she was lying in because it was way like even for when it came up, it was so delayed after y'all even had the conversation.
He spent the block and I spent the block too. She said,
right, that's what I'm saying. It was so delayed. It was like, well, girl, like, no, you didn't. You just did that to be able to say it,
Yeah, exactly. That's why. Yeah. But, they have their reunion coming up. And I wonder how that's going to go.
Well, Destiny seemed to have had a good season, I would say.
Yes, she did. She really did have a good season.
Yeah, I would say. So congratulations, Destiny. It only took umpteen seasons. But hey.
Destiny Payton. She the MVP of the season. Who would have thought it?
Yeah, right. Nobody, especially after that, like bull with old boy and the other girl.
Oh, girl.
Yeah.
Is he out of jail yet?
Yeah, he is out of jail. He is out of jail.
Girl, when she did that interview with Dr. Heavenly, Destiny, and she was fine. Dr. Heavenly was asking her questions about that guy and found out the man didn't even have a high school diploma. Dr. Heavenly was like, y'all arguing over this man.
Girl, I know, honey. I know. Listen, I'm gonna tell y'all this story and then we're gonna get up out of here. It's gonna be real quick. I remember, I'm young with my kid's dad, and when we first broke up, we still had, a little bit of back and forth. So he was dating somebody or talking to this girl, and not for nothing. So he ends up going to jail. He violated his probation or whatever. He had to go to jail. And the girl started arguing with me over on Facebook. Because I don't know if it was Father's Day. It must have been something like Father's Day or something. And I must have posted something on his wall. And so she came up, right. So she came up under and had something to say to me about it. And I went back and forth with her, but let me tell y'all, all it took for her was to say this one sentence. And she never got nothing else out of me again, right? She said, well, I'm gonna be picking him up when he get out.
Girl, you got it.
I was like, you can have it, like, you think I'm gonna go back and forth with you on Facebook about who going to pick who up from jail? Like, and that's what I mean. Like, you don't even know me well enough to know, like, that's not what I do.
You got it. You got it. Go ahead and have it. Get your man, girl. Go get your man.
Yes, honey. And guess what? That's exactly what I let her do, honey. So I'll put the money on the books, do all of the things. Because guess what? He know and what Brandy know. Brandy is not that girl. I don't run back and forth to go visit nobody at the jail. Brandy's not that girl.
Girl.
Well, you came right on time. But yeah. So I'm just saying, like, I literally, like, I was what do I look like arguing back and forth with this girl? Like, you realize how low brow, you know that is.
That's very lowbrow. I ain't about to be doing that. Not at the dang on prison. Now, no, but yeah, you can have it, girl.
Yeah,
man. But Dr. Heavenly Face was just like, what?
No, and nothing like it's not to talk about anybody past. Stuff happen, people don't get their stuff or whatever. But I do think that somebody should have some standards around here. And the way you run, like, I agree. Y'all running up, talking and cussing each other out about somebody who can barely read. Like,
yes, and he had been in prison half his life.
That's why I said he could barely read.
Girl.
Like, are you kidding?
You ain't take up reading while you was locked up, man.
Honey, like, this is not a prize. And that's the thing, like, for us women, sometimes we just really got to reevaluate, like, what it is we think, is prize or what we should be given or not. Like, reading and writing is the bare minimum. But, I noticed that men will be bums. And we'll try to let you. Like,
yeah, they will. They ain't got no shame. And shit, if you don't say something, what's that girl? What was that last year? It was twin girls in New York. One guy tried to talk to the twin girl, and the girl, just kind of blew him off, and he killed her.
Oh wow! No, I didn't know that. Jesus.
I mean, this was a young girl. They stopped at a bodega after coming from like a party. Mm-hmm. And this girl was like a teenage girl, maybe 17, 18 or whatever. And some guy tried to holler at her. And she kind of, either it's kind of blew him off.
Which is a shame because you should have known damn well. Like that, I be thinking about sometimes the people who try to holler, I be thinking like, now what about me?
Like my daughter said, some real ugly guy trying to talk to her. She's like, what? Like, where are we doing this at?
Like, what about me, made you think that it was okay?
She was like, what?
Like, I am so confused. Like, it makes you want to check yourself. Like,
she said, I understand people gotta, try to get. But quit playing with me.
You should know better. You should know when you way out your league.
Yes. Like, I said, girl, she said, I went playing. No, quit playing with me. I said, okay, but yeah, the Destiny, and I forgot what was the lady name. I forgot her name.
Sunny
arguing over Moses. That was, I thought, Destiny.
I hope Sunny is living it up with her Moses though. Girl. I really do, because I agree. I didn't think he was surprised then, and I'm sure he still ain't one.
Yeah, because he didn't fit in with that group at all.
I think what they say. I think the saying say sometimes you just gotta let a person go be with their type. Like maybe somewhere there is a person. I don't know who's equipped for. I don't know things like that. Building people up. Like I'm not saying I can't build nobody up, but what I am saying is I done raised my damn kids, and I don't plan on raising them another.
Yeah. So we'll get Love and Marriage Huntsville, their reunion, and it should be interesting. Yeah, they ended up with a cliffhanger, and I was like, oh my goodness, what is going on with that good man, Savannah? Mm-hmm. So yeah, but that's all we got. We done talked about Atlanta and everything else in between. Just let us know how y'all feel like the season is going. And
make sure you subscribe to the channels. Make sure you
please like and share. And just let us know, how y'all feeling about it. And are you going to be doing for this season of Real Housewives, the Housewives Award? Reward?
Yes. So you know what? I think maybe on our next couple reviews, let's start getting the buzz out, seeing if we can get some nominations. I guess I'll start doing it.
And see about the Housewives Awards.
Yeah, let's get the Housewife Awards. Get it started and get it out. Get our votes going and see where we're gonna be at by the time we get to the reunion. Honey.
Reunion. And what are predictions for the seating chart?
Okay, yeah. You know what? So let me think. First chair for me, of course, I feel like is going to be K Michelle, and I think that's just. I feel like by default.
Okay.
I feel like K Michelle is gonna have first chair by default. If it is, then it's either Drew or Portia on the other side. It very well could be Kay and Portia, or it could be Shamea and Portia.
Who had first shares last year?
Oh, I'm gonna have to.
Was it Shamea and Portia?
It may have been. I'm gonna have to go back and look. It may have been. I'm gonna have to go back and look, y'all.
I remember.
But I'm just thinking, like, as far as the conflict for me is pretty spread around. So I don't know that any one, two of them really had this conflict that unless there's something. That's why I put Portia and Shamea back up there, because if this whole thing that comes out, if that's kind of left us at the cliffhanger, I can see where they come. And also with the division of the cast in general, it just feels like they the captains. Not saying that anybody is spearheading this division, but I'm saying it feels like there's a Shamea team and then there's a Portia team, you know. So I can see that kind of going that way. But like I said, I'm kind of giving Kate the spot, and that might change, but it's strictly default. I promise it is strictly default.
Because it seems like she's going to just keep on with Drew.
And now also, just throw this in there, I guess Bravo is definitely opening their horizons to who they willing to cast, because apparently on Roni, they've just casted a Real World alumni as a friend of.
Oh, okay. Well,
I can't remember. I'm trying. I thought I probably watched that season, and shit, now I can't remember what season they said. But from her face, I don't feel like I remember her at all. So I don't know. But I thought, oh, okay. So got one from Love and Hip Hop. Now we got a Real Worlder.
So, and also on this next upcoming episode, Giselle's going to be on Real Housewives of Atlanta. So when do you think we're going to get the Ultimate Girls Trip?
I thought we had saw that. Did they say August? Let me look. I thought they had put that out.
Okay, I didn't know. So we got a crossover here. We got Giselle over here.
August 9th. Yep, August
9th. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I wonder what's going to come on after Real Housewives go off of Atlanta. I don't know, because it don't seem like you think we probably make it to what?
New Jersey, so it's not like they coming on. Rhode Island is airing now. I still haven't really got into them, y'all.
I've been watching bits and pieces, but not a whole.
Yeah.
They messy.
New York is, since they just casted somebody, they got to be just filming, so they not coming. Miami's done.
So I wonder what's going to be on Sunday nights.
Yeah, it feels like it's going to be Bear. We'll see.
Yeah. But that's it. That's all, catching up on the things. And looking forward to the next episode. Like I said, I'm loving the season. And what did you think about the confessionals, the in-scene confessionals that they have with Shamea and Angela at the end of the episode?
What do you mean? Did I miss something?
The confessional they did right there in the scene instead of being, out doing the confessional. They did Angela. I know Shamea was out by her car, and Angela, I don't know if she was outside or in the restaurant still. They did.
Oh yeah. Okay, I know what you mean. Oh,
people were saying, "Oh, that's such," bringing back the nostalgia of the old Housewives.
I guess so. I guess I probably, that's why I was like, "What you mean?" I don't think I paid much attention to it in that aspect, realizing it was something they hadn't done in a while.
Yeah, so I can't wait to see next weekend. I mean, I look forward to watching it on Sunday. So, and hopefully, the ratings, the weekly ratings are pretty good because I feel like the season is great.
I can understand if it's not, but I feel like that wouldn't be much of anything. Like the whole season needs to play out, I think.
So yeah. So y'all be watching, and that's it. That's all. Thank y'all for joining us. Please subscribe to the channels and share.
Yes. And meet us back next week. Same time.
So we can get some more housewife mess going on. Talk to you all later. Y'all have a great evening. Bye-bye.
Uh-oh. You hear that? That's the tea hitting the pavement. Over here on Word on the Curb, we don't sip, we spill. Word on the Curb, where the tea hits the pavement. Let's get into it. It's Angela, your favorite internet bestie, and we got the vibe. We rocking the housewives, politics, and celebrity gossip, all wrapped into one show.